How's everybody doing?
Uh-oh.
Paint Liquor, Oak, T-Schmidt Cannibal,
Uh-oh.
Vector.
Oh, they weren't ready for this mix-up. They weren't ready for this mess around.
Isn't that funny, chat?
They weren't ready for it.
Oh, we weren't. You guys weren't ready.
Publishing this stream is
The
gonna
stream has gone. Gone. Wow.
So,
I totally did not
holy F, it's
say that
Carter.
correctly.
He's abandoned you again.
Yeah.
Jason will be here soon.
Namer McNamerson. Mike, how you doing?
Oh boy. Buckle up, chat.
Wad, Panic,
Uh-oh.
Flapjack.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's
Baby
prime one of.
Brent.
Hey, you guys want to see me prime a model with our new spray paint?
Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
This is Baby J's model. I'm not gonna do that,
no.
chat.
Yeah, who would ever do that to a model of Baby J's?
Well, you know what we could do? We could test our primer on this Thanos.
Yeah.
To do for a reprime.
Jeez.
So,
McNamerson said Smaug Day.
you know, well, hey, okay, actually, here, 1 second, chat. I gotta do one quick thing with
Oh, what is he doing?
my camera over there. I gotta change some color.
Oh, that
Make
didn't
sure.
happen.
Sorry, I needed to adjust it. I wasn't expecting to
Have a camera too.
come on the stream.
So-
is your mic on, Gabe?
Yeah.
The producer mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I was just making sure. Prime Thanos, paint Smaug. I do want to paint Smaug. Smaug is not ready. Now that the baton has been passed.
Has it been officially passed?
It has been officially passed.
I think that you should just do
I can't
it,
see
bro.
Gabe because there's a light here.
There's a light. Christopher left his things on the strewn across the floor. They're just strewn across the floor.
What is?
Your things.
My things.
Whoa. That was weird.
What happened?
I don't know. The audio just sounded like it came from a different side. That was weird.
Oh, wait a second. Is Jordan's mic on?
Yeah, Jordan's mic's on.
Is Jason's mic on?
Jason's mic is on.
Okay, everybody's on.
Calm down.
I'm sure there's some Gargans that need. You know what, T. Schmid? Now,
Well, it's like these headphones.
you all don't know this, but I have some story time. So, Kyle and I made a deal.
Ooh, Kyle makes deals. Kyle's
Kyle
a
makes
deal
deals.
guy. He says, "Hey, I've got a box of plastic crack. If
That's
you
right.
do me a favor." And that favor usually involves camera,
Video editing,
video editing.
which is actually really fun. So, if you guys don't know, our general
Sorry.
manager, Kyle, he runs some really cool narrative Horus Heresy events. So, I help him do little teasers and such. So,
Yes, cannibalistic. That does mean that Christopher has to reprime and repaint the base.
I do. I could.
Flake Senpai, I've known about this paint line for years and just found out other week from watching FLG Champs Team Tourney that y'all do streams. Heck yeah, we do. We do streams every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We live in Arizona, so we don't do daylight savings. It's stupid. Actually, everybody else
Ooh.
is silly. Be like us. Don't switch your clocks.
You're right. I could new shit like a Stompa.
Dude.
Hey, good call there.
Hey, I like that. I like what he said. Carter, I'm going to send you more plastic crack. Here's the deal. You have to paint it all. hilarious.
I want to paint Smaug. I just need to put him together now that he's mine.
Well, you
But
should do it
today-
Do it right now. Do you have the things
I
that
do
you need
not.
to do that? What do you need to do that?
I do not have it.
Gabe, can you fit a Streamlink QR code on the paint labels? Potentially. I've thought about it. Yeah, I thought about doing like a link tree to all of our social stuff because Discord's also a big one, right? So yeah. You should not rattle can prime inside.
Ah,
No,
we're
We're
fine.
going for it. He's gonna prime Smaug with a rattle can inside.
I wish I could.
the
No,
studio.
I need to find.
We're gonna close all the doors in this room,
I need to find something to
and
paint.
it's gonna be a silly stream, guys.
I
it's gonna
could
be
build
a
a
very
corpse cart,
Silly
but
stream.
that's dumb.
What? Okay, take the Smaug out. What do you have to do for it?
No, I
What do
don't.
you got to do? What
I
do you
don't
gotta
even
do?
have all the pieces.
They're all right there.
No, they're not actually. That's the problem.
Where's the
there's
other
there's
pieces?
missing pieces. I think they're somewhere in his office. I gotta look for them.
What? That's silly.
Here's what I could do. Okay, actually,
I
I do
disbelieve
have an
Chris. He
idea.
has everything. He's just intimidated by the dragon.
I don't. No, I actually am very excited to paint it.
Yeah.
I want to get it going. I just want to do it. I want to do it justice. This is the base, obviously. I could, because I could go.
Where's the
I
DA
could
100?
go-
That's sitting in Christopher's office.
I could. Jason did give me the DA 100 in person. He handed it to me. So, I don't know.
It's true. Jason
Did that.
Jason,
I did
the
not.
one
I
who
was like,
created the
oh my
product.
gosh, what's this new prototype product? And he's like, oh my gosh, it's the DA 100.
That is a lot of gold.
Yeah, so
okay,
what
so
I could do, I
do
could go
that.
prime this right now.
We could have Phil come
outside.
do it. Because then it's just Gabe to captain the ship, and I don't know if they want that.
You could do that. Because it's
Yeah.
fast drying, you could do it quick.
You could. Up to you. Or you could just turn on. Okay.
I'm
You
not
could
doing
go
it here,
Turn on the
chat.
airbrush.
No. Why would I airbrush now? I don't need to airbrush.
Yeah, that does feel wrong. It feels wrong to.
What have we
airbrush
done?
a week before? This comes.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm
You
going to
know what?
airbrush
You know
this
what?
one.
Yeah, we're gonna hand paint primer on this.
Okay.
Gregorius, we trust you. Run out back really quick. Yeah. Okay. Do you still have the
Oh,
cardboard
okay.
outside?
All right. How about this? I do. We are going to do this.
Okay.
You guys, check this out. Here is the model. Everybody see it?
Yep.
Everybody see it?
I see it.
I am going to go prime this.
Okay. Do you
Jordan?
do you still need to turn the airbrush on, or are you gonna dry brush all of it?
Me?
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm going to go outside,
Yeah.
prime it
Mm-hmm.
with our rattle cans.
Yep.
And that's it.
But how are you gonna paint the gold? That's all you're gonna do.
No, for now. And then I'll figure out how to do the gold.
What are you gonna do about the gold?
I'm going to think about it when I get back.
But when you think, after you've thought about it, what have you decided?
Don't ever listen to Gabe.
Now
Rule
that you-
number one in life.
Okay, you thought about it. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, no.
And go. Okay, you're gonna go. He's gonna do this. He's gonna leave me here. What if Jason comes back and it's just me sitting here in a chair?
Well, then,
I don't see it. Do a
I'm-
Zenithal with a
I'm
black
gonna go-
and white. Yeah, you should Zenithal.
oh, I
it
could
too.
do that.
Oh,
No,
oh.
actually, I want to keep it.
We
I
have a
want to
Phillip.
keep it black. I want to keep it black because I
Guess
don't
who's
know.
back?
I'll dry brush it. So I'll be right back.
He comes
Philip
back in
is
5
coming
minutes.
in to
All right,
stand
now
in.
it's prime. Check it out. Stream's over. Hilarious.
Stream's over.
Nope, not yet.
Stream is over. Oh, let's
Not yet.
reprime this.
We've already made that joke.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
That joke has been made. Pick another thing and say, let's prime it. $20, Chris. Oh, okay. He's.
You owe me $20.
Dang it.
You owe me $20.
I didn't finish it.
You owe me $20.
$20 to pick something we haven't picked already. You owe me.
We're gonna
$20.
reprime this.
Oh
It's Warhawk.
no, bad.
Jason would be mad.
Jason would be mad.
Let me go put this back before I forget to put it back.
Jillip is here.
I'm here.
You told me I need to buy another Jordan. Buy Jordan another Smaug. No, that's
No, we're
not.
not buying Jordan anything else.
No, that's not what he said.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
Reprime Thanos. So
You
only
treat
Jordan is
him.
allowed to reprime Jordan's things.
Yeah.
Pop Chickson said no. Well, that's a direwolf.
That's
If you're going to
oh, it is a
insult
direwolf.
it,
You're
do
right.
it correctly.
Nah, it's clan tech. I don't care.
That's
A
awesome.
bunch of inbred weirdos.
If you're gonna insult it, do it right.
No, that's part of the fun.
Jason would know for like 3 months. Also, this key light is definitely orange. It is a lot more.
What's a key
warmer.
light, Gabe?
Key
Describe
light-
to the group.
A key light is a light that's shaped like a key.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Is that why it's orange? Because
It
most
unlocks-
keys are like orange
It
gold.
unlocks the light dimension.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have to have one?
Yeah, it's a faster way of saying key of light.
Key of light. Oh. See?
Yeah, you have to have one to
We're learning stream
enter
here.
into the light dimension
The
to
enter
achieve maximum
to maximum lightage.
daylight.
Oh. And maximum daylight
Yeah,
in this room with no windows.
yeah.
We have maximum daylight,
It's
everybody.
the key to Kelvin.
To Kelvin.
To Kelvin.
Who's Kelvin?
Kelvin's key.
Jason, you're right, Panlager. Jason would not know for like 3 months.
A key light, the light used at a key party. Yes.
Key part. No. We don't
Uh,
do those here.
Teacher, what is a light without keys?
What is all without keys?
A light without keys?
Let's see.
Light. Maximum wattage.
What is this one?
Like, get a second one and prime that and put it in the OG's place. Oh, that'd be funny. I like that idea.
Jordan
Cannibalistic.
doesn't drill his barrels. You guys should all shame Jordan later.
Jordan doesn't drill his barrels.
Yeah. Sorry. People who saw the mini know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People who know,
1.21
know. People who don't
gigawatts.
know Or dumb. No, that's not true.
It's over 9,000.
What's over 9,000? The Kelvin?
Kelvin ski?
It's over 9,000. You know what that's from, Gabe?
Probably not.
You probably don't.
Probably
Which-
not.
Which makes me
It's
sad.
probably a video I saw that was a meme about it.
It was a meme. Over 9,000 was a meme for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't drill barrels. It's too much work. I can't paint on black. You can't. He didn't even paint the black
I can
circle
paint on
though.
a black
You're still putting a little bit more effort in. He's not doing that. And
DBZ?
you know what that stands for?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe if you said it out loud, I would be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. But not
Well, yeah. If I told you what it was, you would know what it
Not
is.
enough to know what-
That's the
not-
whole
not
point.
enough
If
to
I
know
tell
what
you the thing, it's the
DBZ is.
thing.
Not enough to know what an acronym
Yeah.
is.
All right. Okay. Yeah. DBZ. Yeah. No one tell him what it is.
That
It's
sucks.
DBZ.
That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks.
He doesn't deserve it.
DBZ.
Don't tell him the
I
thing
might
it is, so he
Google
can say he knew what it was.
Dark brown zenithal.
Dark brown zenithal. That's
I'm
exactly
scared
what
to
it is.
just. Gabe needs to watch more cartoons.
Gabe watched too much cartoons.
I was poor and didn't have cable.
You didn't have to have cable. This thing was on generic channels.
PBS Kids. That's
No,
what I,
probably
dude,
not.
That's what I
Probably
was.
was not on PBS Kids.
I would come home from school and slam PBS Kids
Slam it.
till 6 o'clock, and then I'd go to bed.
You went to bed at 6 o'clock?
No, probably not.
6 p.m.? Shannon's running a tight ship in the Fisher household. Holy cow. Jeez, 6
Yeah.
p.m. What time
Yeah,
did you eat
dude.
dinner? 2?
Dude, all the way until I was a senior in high school, 6 p.m. lights out.
No, stop giving him hints. Don't tell him
Dude,
he can
the
go
internet,
look it up.
Google it on work PC.
Yeah,
because
we're
you
not
said
allowed-
it that way, I'm not gonna do that. You don't know what
You're
DBZ mean? Are you actually a nerd?
Yeah,
Stop.
definitely just Google it
Kill
on your
with
work
fire.
computer.
I probably don't.
Dungeon breaking zebras. Well, that's a thing. Maybe in the year 40,000 there
Also
are no barrels.
don't. I also don't.
It's alright. Stacy's mom,
You
yeah,
mean
sorry.
Stacy's mom. Yeah.
She loves that nickname.
Well, I'm not Gabe.
You're Jabe.
No, I'm Greg.
Greg, that's right. I should know that.
Yeah, that's what it is. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm nervous picking at the paint at the top.
Nervous picking.
It's just, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Who's this guy with you, Gregorius?
who is this? What?
This is Paul.
Gregorus? This is Paul. Yeah, I'm Paul. Gregorus. I forget. Jeez. I am Paul.
This is Flip. Congratulations, you received 100
100
messages today.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Restream tells us every time.
Can
I'm
we
sure
make it
Jen's-
10,000?
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh. Please.
Let's go. 10,000. 10,000.
Yeah. So, chat, one of these days, we're going to need to, because Restream tells us when we've hit our 100th message for the day.
It does.
And it would be very funny if that happens within like a minute. And everybody, and just like,
Just-
Jen and Jason would be like, what the hell is happening?
Just absolute gibberish.
And,
Just-
and then everyone would be like, oh, we were trying to get 100.
Yeah, we were
100
trying to see how
messages.
we're speed running 100 chats, and just we'll do that every day. I can. Do I need to?
Doesn't know what to
100.
do with his hands. Ah, there it is. He's Ricky Bobby.
It's pretty. Yeah, that's why I did the thing up here.
I generally don't get people who complain about the PA caps.
10,000 is over 9,000. That is correct. Delicious
I've
banana zest.
wasted significantly less
Oh,
paint
I just
for
got
PA
paint all
bottles.
over my hand. Nice.
Did you open it on accident?
I definitely accidentally opened it.
Don't
Okay, I
be-
like the Christopher setting back really quick. And
Everybody
it's been at
clown
least
on
40
Philip.
minutes.
Yeah, because see what Christopher forgot is that while yes he's using rattle can primer, regardless of what primer you're using, when it's got lots of ridges
It's good.
and small tiny little corners,
It's gonna be an
it's
effort.
gonna take a while,
It's gonna
especially
be a
when
minute.
it's gold underneath.
Gold. Yeah, he's painting over gold. Granted, the coverage is great.
Coverage is fantastic.
It's just all the little.
You still have, but trying to get that spray into those little crevasses,
Crevasses.
regardless of what you're
Crevasses.
using, and especially when it's a bright color underneath.
What other shiny thing are you getting
You
distracted?
got
by?
distracted by something else shiny. It's true.
The key light?
Shiny object syndrome.
Was it the key light?
It was Kelvin's key.
It was Kelvin's key.
Kelvin's key.
Dang it.
What do you think of
Kelvin.
using Mr. Hobby Primer? I don't think I've ever used Mr.
I
Hobby.
don't think I've ever used Mr.
But what you should start using is our new primer. Philip, show them the primer. Philip, show them the primer that they can get
Can I frame
next week. Look at that awesome primer.
I started shipping to stores today.
500 milliliters of greatness.
500 milliliter. Oh, I'm covering it. 500.
So much power in one can.
It's not that power. Let's read the instructions. For the best results. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going
The
to do
best
that.
results. Power.
Power. Power.
What's in the can? Power.
What's in the can? Power. What color? Nah, never mind. We're not going there.
Hell no. Stop.
And we stop.
Joke.
Key light. What about key lights?
Joke done.
Done. Why is label shiny?
Um,
Because it's a chemistry.
Is your new primer self-level at all? It goes on really nice and dries pretty fast.
I want to say yes.
Even so, but not too fast because we live in a very dry climate.
Yes. We're in Phoenix.
I did a test yesterday where
Do we have the tests here?
there might be in Jason's office, but
Yeah, I'm not going that
he's
far.
gonna call him. But
Yeah.
normally, when you're supposed to spray, you're supposed to like like go like in quick bursts. I like cap to the metal, just pushed it down until I covered the whole thing. I didn't take my finger off of it.
Cap to the metal.
Yeah, like pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I
but
know.
it's
I
like
just,
the cap
I
of the thing.
I loved it. That's a great visual.
I did all over the whole thing. It actually came out really good. Still didn't lose a lot. You didn't lose any detail. I didn't lose any detail. It looked great.
It looked great. It
Yeah,
looked awesome.
It looked awesome. So
if you did it properly,
I don't
even
know.
better.
I don't know if that is what you're meaning by self level, but honestly, like it goes on and dries even enough to where it doesn't really need leveling at all. It just does it. It's great.
It just works.
Why this stream isn't on the Empty Wallets channel? What do you mean? I don't get that.
What do you? I don't understand.
I'm confused.
No understando.
No, I don't get it. Don't get it at all.
Some good painting advice? Well, yeah. You get the best painting advice.
You mean those really cool guys that
those guys are so
do
cool.
Warhammer content, but haven't been making content for a little bit and are really trying to get back into it?
They get
Those
one
guys-
one a year, and it's the best video of the year.
Those
every
guys,
year.
you mean?
Yeah, those guys are great.
Those guys who definitely aren't working on a new video right now. Those
Definitely
guys?
not. We're not doing that. We would never do that.
I had a real
Hey, look,
question to ask
colors.
you all today, and this stream has been such pure concentrated mayhem that I can't remember it anymore. Nice, we did our job.
We did it.
Good job, Philip. High five. Boom. No smoking while bottle priming.
Too late.
Probably,
Keep
yeah.
going.
I wonder.
Is that why Chris is taking so long? Was he smoking?
Yeah. Christopher
He set
decided
himself
to
on
try to light it and get a.
He's trying to do OSL for some reason. I don't think he understands how it works.
I don't think he understands.
I don't.
Um,
There needs to be light for it to,
Kelvin's
for it to
key
work.
source lighting.
Kelvin's key source lighting.
I
Paint on
hear
fingers.
This is a
painting
place a
advice.
guy can get some good painting advice. You can get painting advice. The first word in that may not apply. What's your
Yeah.
question?
Well, yeah.
See the paint on his fingers. Painting advice. Nice. That's the bottle. Vanita, myself, Philip, and Christopher before working at Monument.
No, not for me.
Not for Philip, but like when you just started working at Monument, we had started a YouTube channel doing Age of Sigmar content, so we are just being silly.
Yeah.
Monument Hobbies does not do Warhammer streams.
No. We do not.
No.
We do painting streams.
No, sir. We do this.
We do that.
paint.
Well, I'm not even painting right now.
He's not
This-
painting.
This is just me. You get to look at my hands. I need to cut my nails, so I'm sorry in
Um,
advance. You have to see that.
But Christopher's taking forever. Do you want to go check on him?
Absolutely not.
Do you think he slipped and fell outside?
I hope he did.
Because it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I
No, I
it's
think
been
you're right.
longer
I think
than
it's all the
minutes.
ridges. Yeah, how time?
What time?
I hear shuffling.
Oh,
Nope, it's not Chris.
I think it's been 10 minutes.
10 minutes? That's a.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
If we get to 20, I'll go check on him.
10 minutes is too long to prime.
Oh, I hear cans closing in the other office.
He does need an adult. Chris is lost. He needs
Christopher
an adult.
needs an adult. It's funny because he's the oldest of the three of us
It's true.
by like 20 days. Object source lighting things on fire. Thank you, Gidley.
Yeah, probably.
That's what he was doing. That's probably what he did.
He's gonna come here, guys. I made a mistake.
I messed up.
I made a big boo boo. Help! I fall. I cannot.
Christopher, are you okay? You can't hear me.
Jeez.
You okay, bud?
Oh yeah.
It took you.
Did
10
you use
minutes.
a whole can? What happened? Why'd that take you so long? You can have your spot back. I should probably go back to work.
Yeah, Philip, get out of here.
All right. Bye.
All right.
like cake.
He tried to prime using the Monument Hobbies Death Laser. Yes. That is
Look at that, though.
that is dark.
Yo, so covering up gold.
Yes, I called it. I called it.
It was about I did one general layer, and then
Yes.
I did just like precise ones because on this one you have to. I still missed a couple places, but I'm like, I'm gonna paint it gold anyway.
So funny.
So, man, it was hot out there.
So that was the problem, is that there are so many tiny little crevices that the gold still.
Well, there's barely because I didn't want to overdo it, which
Right.
I really didn't. But now that I know it can do that, I mean, you guys
That
saw
is-
this beforehand.
That is dark, and there's no look at. Okay, for those of you who have not seen
You
our,
can ba-
our new matte black primer,
Yeah,
that's matte,
I want you to
That
go to the
is
beginning of this stream.
ultra matte.
Go to the beginning of the stream, and then come back to this part,
Yeah,
and that's what this does.
this. I mean, there's no shine at
No,
all.
there's not. Look at that. It's
There's super. I mean, do you have a model over there that's maybe got a little bit of?
no,
bit of
because
sheen?
all of our paint is not that way.
It's true.
I showed. If
texture
you guys
trainer?
go back to yesterday's stream,
Do you have anything that reflects light? That
we
could
have
be-
one of Kyle's models
Do you have
that
like?
he hasn't. That
I mean,
he hasn't.
grab the
done.
rail can and show it.
Oh,
You
I
see
what
how
you're
all
saying.
the light?
Yeah, you
there's
guys can see
the
this
bright
right here,
light
right?
that's reflecting. Obviously, it's a glossy label, but like there's some bright lights in here.
Yeah, there's. I mean, the whole stream to
It's
light a
bright.
studio, you need a bunch of light, so you can definitely see on a reflective surface.
Yep.
Where-
And
where stuff
there's-
is.
Go ahead and pick up the model again.
Yeah.
Show it and kind of spin it around.
You can zoom in a little bit. I know. I am. I was sweating out there, Cannibal.
That's crazy.
It is shinier than the model. Yeah,
There's nothing.
it is a black abyss.
Yep. Defrost new matte primers in
It's
a can.
amazing. Available.
Turn it upside down. We'll show the raw plastic.
Pretty cool. And I mean, it dry. Obviously, we're in Arizona, so it'll dry quick. But it is. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead and show off that can again. Bam. Look at that. Monument Hobbies matte black primer. We've also got matte white primer, matte
Yeah.
gray primer, and then a ultra matte varnish.
this
coming out
is
next week.
Defrost. This is a resin model. This is Smaug's base.
Yep. It's
So this is a full resin base.
yep. We did a bunch of tests on our 3D printed
great.
models. Those came out really good.
This is
It-
GW's resin
Yeah,
from I think Forge World that does
Yeah.
Smaug. I think.
Yep.
Or whatever. I don't know about all that. But this is resin. It's a big chunk of resin.
It goes on really nice. It's so easy to use. I was convinced you had dropped it. We're trying trying to find all the pieces to
No,
reassemble it.
I
would
did.
be
I wanted to
awesome.
do.
Ultra matte varnish. You say, how does it compare to Krylon?
It's okay.
More
So
matte.
defrost, to answer your question about the varnish, it is I don't have the
It is
example
so
over
matte.
here.
It sounds like Chris, or he might be out of his call. You probably go grab that model, but it is.
It's
Oh
pretty.
no,
it's,
he's got it over there. I think he had it over there from yesterday.
oh, it's over here.
Yeah. So we tested it. We tested it just over because our matte varnish can also be used as a primer. It's just like a clear primer too. So we took a model that we have, one of our texture trainers, and normally the resin is a little shiny, and we just did a matte varnish over it, and it is
All right.
mind blowing.
So this is the resin, right?
That's our
We
regular
use-
resin.
It's fully cured and all that.
Yep, cured off of the
This is the same thing with the
Yep.
matte varnish.
same model. They are not washed differently. They're not
I'm actually going home
processed differently.
this weekend. I'll be testing a bunch of matte varnish on my terrain, because I love making terrain. I have a bunch of it.
I believe that was one pass too.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
it's pretty incredible.
Everybody act business like.
Everybody act busy.
Everybody act
Dad's
business
here.
like.
We reprimed.
Sorry, guys.
We showed.
Thank you.
Smells
like primer in here.
I literally just so at the beginning of stream, because Jordan let me reprime this, was this gold.
Is that the Smaug base?
This
Christopher
is, this
unloaded
is
a
just
full
now.
can of primer in this room.
Not even
In this room?
Oh no!
No.
No!
You primed this on stream? It's like, I'm gonna pass out.
like woo
Okay.
primer.
Papa Chicken remembered. How many coats of varnish do you normally apply through the airbrush? I do 2, and that's fine for my plastic models. But my metal models still have the paint rub away. Currently, I'm using Vallejo matte varnish through the airbrush with just a bit of flow improver. Cannot wait for the airbrush matte varnish from you all. So how many coats? How many coats of varnish do you normally apply through an airbrush?
I mean, again, that's kind of like how long is a piece of string? What is your intent? The airbrush varnishes are going to do, all they're going to do is alter the finish of the model. They're not going to protect very well because they're just layers of another paint layer. So they protect as much as another layer of color would. Hey, you need a heavier solvent, lacquer, or like these aerosols that will actually give you a more protective, thicker coating. So if you take that into account, then what you're really trying to do is either make it glossier or more matte. And so it's really, you put as much until it gives you the visual that you're looking for. There's no right or wrong answer. There is a point where you won't add anything to it. You'll notice that you've got it. It looks as matte as that particular varnish will, or as gloss as that particular varnish will, and adding more coats doesn't do anything for you. So that's really the only answer. So when you say how many, I generally find myself doing one and then a touch-up pass. Right? Because with the airbrush, I'll spray, I'll get it all matted down, and then I'll go back with a touch-up pass once it's dry to see areas that I've missed, and I'll just hit those areas again. Because you're not, by layering varnish, you're not doing a lot with the airbrush. There's an argument to be made that more layers, more subsequent, if you put 10 layers of varnish on it, it's going to be protected better. It's still just acrylic polyurethane varnish, so it's going to, act like paint over time. So,
Jason, we need a primer can set.
no, you don't.
And then Mike G said, Jenny from the block, hello.
Let me make sure I go back to the primer set thing. We're not going to make a primer set only because it's kind of a wasted effort on both ends. You'll be able to get the 10% discount when you add 4 primers or more to your cart.
Yep.
So you'll get the set discount on them. But I don't want to guess that you want to buy black, white, gray, and clear. You may want 4 blacks. You may want 2 blacks, a gray, and a clear. You may want 3 blacks and a clear. So you decide. But it's
so
just,
what you're saying, Jason, is we gave them a better deal, so they didn't have to buy one of each. They could just buy 4,
anything.
And that's your set.
Yeah, anything. You build your primer set, and it's already built in.
build
That's the
your
way
own
we do the
primer
website.
set.
Is that it's same thing with singles. There are sets as we release new paints, but we don't do right now. We don't do like a flesh set. You just pick the flesh colors you like because it's always like you may in order to get the discount. I don't feel like if I don't really use white, but that's the way I get the discount. Is I'll have a can of white primer I never use. So I need this. No, you don't. Problem solved. Game delay. That's not what I just did. I did better.
Super matte.
The set is not forward. Yeah, I mean that looks like
Well,
it doesn't exist.
we
It looks
showed
like
it
you've
on
got a
the-
filter on the camera
We showed it at the beginning of stream
All
when
shiny.
it was painted.
when it's wet.
Yep. No, when
Oh, when it was
with
gold.
the gold.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
we just, like I said, I went out there. I did one general pass, which didn't cover all of it. But then I went back and I just.
Well, that's got a
Let it
lot of
dry.
undercuts and things. So you gotta
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta do some focus spray to make sure you get underneath all
Yeah.
the little
So,
coins
sorry.
and
Cannibalistic, what do
overhangs
you
and
mean
stuff
your,
like that. But, yeah.
your paint died?
Can you buy 9 and not get a discount? No, Mike. You get the discount whether you like it or not.
If Is it because you used it all? Used it all. I'm going to do a Zenithal with all 4 rattle cans. I don't think that's how Zenithal...
Cannibalistic, if you have a problem with a bottle of paint, no matter what it is, contact customer support and they'll get you taken care of.
Cool. Yeah. Shoot us a message and we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, sorry, I might have brought this in a little prematurely. It's stinky, but just because I literally just did it outside. But it is super. The coverage on this, and it dries. It obviously we're in Arizona, so it dried very quickly. But this is awesome.
Mike said, fine, I'll do 3 orders of 3, no discount.
Yeah, 3 orders of 3.
I think it's like 2 years old at this point, though. Still send us an email. Yeah, just shoot us an email. Send us some pictures. Feeling nervous about some dental work. Couple crowns, root canal. My coworker said, "Don't worry, they'll love you." Her dismissive attitude solved my worries.
This is
The dentist is scary game delay.
It is scary.
There, all of the hard work turned over in one swift second. He's like, now I'm bad again. Now I'm nervous again.
So, Chris, have you decided what color you're going to do the gold?
Yeah, gold.
Gold? Good. I'm glad that you
Yeah.
you landed on gold. for
Yeah,
the
I think I'll
gold.
do good. The gold.
I think you're going to do the gold.
No, I think I would start with
I think you should do T. Schmidt's idea.
what did he say?
Before you answer, say yes.
Nope.
Say yes.
I've been there before. And I will not say yes until I know.
Vector, correct. Yeah, we just slightly altered the formulation on the Color Forge paints to match the matte level we really wanted.
Yep.
So this is a very different black than the standard Color Forge black. They have two. They have like a Corvus black and then some other kind of black. They use some non-standard naming. Ours is just black. Gold is a good color for gold, turns out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christopher, painting question. If I were planning to do gold, what color metal should I use?
What color?
Silver.
Burnt orange.
They're afraid to ask me because I'll say green.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I was gonna
which
say I
is
would start with a burnt orange layer, or a burnt orange dry brush. But realistically, stream, I should go back to work because
We've got lots to do.
We did not plan this.
we didn't plan this.
No.
This was
This
the
was due to my
emergency.
scheduling errors
But that's
that
okay.
this has even come to pass.
Papa Chicken, no.
I
will not
feel
do
like
that.
that's a good challenge for Chris.
Yes,
do that.
actually,
Absolutely not.
maybe not NMM, but
No coin of one color can touch another coin of the same color.
that's
Look
great.
at
That could look really. I wonder
There's
what that would
no
look
way.
like.
Some of these little coins are just dots of resin. They're not even coins. Like this, if you really
looks
look
more
at
like
this,
dirt.
it looks like ground pepper.
It looks like ground
looks
pepper,
like-
just dirt.
It literally does.
Everything is dirt though, so that's not wrong.
That's
Yep.
really deep.
Yeah, I have a hat that says Dirt King.
Dirt.
That's true.
Somebody named Mike sent it to me. The bastage. I would wear the Dirt King hat if it wasn't brown.
Oh.
Oh,
But it's dirt.
no, that's not dirt. Well,
I would actually wear
it
the
is
dirt. I would wear the Dirt King hat if it was black.
Really?
There's no room in the world for brown hats.
Really?
I could see that.
Yeah, brown hats
Yeah.
are horrible.
I can
Horrible.
appreciate
It's
that.
forever a thing that sits on a shelf.
Look at this.
Gabe
It looks
DeLay
like
said-
my screen is black.
Yeah.
Like look, it's like you can barely
Yeah,
see it.
it's literally it sucks some of the detail out,
That's
which is great.
crazy.
That matte finish. And yesterday we showed painting directly over the
matte varnish.
Matte varnish. So I took a very thin coat of paint and put it over the matte varnish and glazed on it, and then a thicker coat of paint to get more opacity, and it's all just
put it
works
in.
like a champ.
Yeah.
So even the matte varnish has so much tooth to it, you can use it as a base coat and paint with it. So we're going to leave the matte varnish in the primer section on the website too.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put a
They're
little dirt
all
on?
great.
Hey, Jason, are you gonna put a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man? When
Is
he
there a
when
dirt
he comes
fairy?
when he comes to town?
The dirt.
The Dirt Fairy?
Dirt man.
Dirt Man?
Yeah. You put a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man?
You're just making stuff up. There's no Dirt Man.
I don't know, man.
There's Dirt Fairy.
There's dirt man.
There's a dirt man. There's a dirt man.
Yeah. When he comes to town, it'll take you down to his dirt cave.
I don't want to hang out with you, Gabe.
Kids today.
Captain Howdy says howdy.
Rattle can.
Of
favorite.
course.
So funny.
Indiana
Prisoner.
Jones gets one pass. Rattle can.
Okay, wait. When I say hat, I'm talking baseball hats. There's no room
Yeah.
in the world for brown baseball hats. You can have a brown leather hat. It just can't be a baseball hat.
Yeah, there's a dirt man and there's a whole song about him.
Dirt Man, Dirt Man.
All right.
I've heard that song.
Chat, I'm
that's-
leaving.
That's the map.
I gotta get back to the grind.
No, wait. What is it?
What are you talking about?
No, backpack is what you were singing.
What?
Backpack, backpack,
No,
I don't know what you're
Dope
talking
Man,
about.
Dope Man.
backpack, backpack.
We've lost it. It's the
We've lost
fumes.
Gabe. Sorry, chat. I didn't mean to have this
Chat,
happen
which side are
today,
you
but
on?
We have lost a Gabe.
Which side are you on?
We have lost Gabe.
Sorry, Jason, but I'm 46 and I got the dirt man reference. This isn't a question of age; it's a question of commitment.
Chat. Chat, we're having a problem today.
Dope man.
That was Dope Man.
Backpack. Backpack, backpack.
What are you even talking about?
Dora the Explorer.
Oh my god. Why do you know this?
Because I told him
Gabe.
early in the stream, I grew up on PBS Kids.
Gabe.
It's my lifeblood.
Captain Planet over here.
All right, chat. It's been fun. We're leaving Jason to me, myself, and Jason.
What?
I know. It's been fun. Have a good time. Harass him only a little bit. And
Harass me only a little bit?
yeah,
Now
only a
you've
little
opened the
bit.
floodgates.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, Gabe.
Of course.
We have an amazing team around here that picks up for me when I'm an idiot. Gabe came into my office right at stream start and was like, hey, you do you, we got this. I was a little terrified and a lot thankful that I have such a great team to pick up the ball when all of my meetings collapse in on themselves at the exact same time. So welcome, chat, to Woden's Day. Hope everybody's doing well. And suddenly it's calm and quiet. You've had to actually work today? That's some real BS. I've had to actually work today too. It is BS. I'm with you. Let's go back to no work at work. Let's get our bosses on the horn. Oh, wait. My boss left for Germany today. She's not gone yet. She goes to the airport here in an hour or so. But she left the office. So we are minus a Jen and a Jordan, as you know. Due to the wonder of Spiel. Boss is headed to Essen. Got a big meeting there. Got to hold down. Make us rich and famous. No pressure. I'm hoping she has a really good time. Essen is a hell of a show to Jen hasn't been to a convention in a while, since Adepticon a couple years ago. Or maybe LVO a couple years ago. And Essen's a big one. It's like the world's largest nerd fest. It's bigger than Comic-Con and all that, so Jen, while being a nerd by proxy with us, chat, is not known for just enjoying the nerd world for all of its intricacies. She loves our version of the nerd world, but doesn't have the knowledge base for the nerd world at large. So she's going to nerd world at large. It's going to be really fun. I'm excited to hear about all of her experiences at Essen. I know she'll have a blast, but what more could you ask for? Exactly, Game Delay. We don't ask for much at all. We have everything we could ever want. Good community of people who like the stuff we make, hang out with us on the internet. Doesn't get much better than this. Oh, did we change the category to miniatures? Is that a thing? I don't know if this thing lets us do that on the Twitch, right? Edit settings. Oh yeah, category art. We can change it. I think now it's something else. Miniatures. Miniatures. Oh yeah. Yeah. That may not kick in until tomorrow, but it's done now. It's just miniatures, actually. That's what pulled up was just miniatures. So. Father Poultry from Papa Chicken. I like Father Poultry. That will forever be in my brain now. Hello, Father Poultry.
Were you able to change it?
Yeah,
When did we get a miniatures one?
yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. That's cool. I just didn't know.
We'll make sure that's set going forward.
Yeah, I think it should stick, but let's just check it tomorrow.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know that it makes a difference, but
It looks like there's a lot today. Yesterday there was like 2 channels, and today like Studio 7's on there. There's like
cool.
1,000 people in that group now. It's cool.
Yeah, cool. You think you finally cracked the code on this Tempestus Scions colored Imperial Guard Army commission you got? Tempestus Scions are like kind of a faded blue and that kind of thing, right? Faded blue, dark blue, some red, that kind of stuff, right? Not overly difficult, kind of plain and bland, but can look really cool if you get it right.
Hey, you did the wrong one. You did the wrong one.
Huh?
You did the wrong one.
What was it?
It's miniatures, ampersand models.
Well, it said miniatures,
It's miniatures and models.
but it said miniatures.
But it's a different one.
What's there one for miniatures?
Miniatures and models.
Why is there one that just says miniatures?
I don't know.
I'm not painting models, I'm painting miniatures.
Miniatures and models.
But you can change it on Twitch.
Okay.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. People know us. We're a big deal. They'll find us. It's never mattered in the past. We've put nonsensical places that we were streaming. Because Twitch doesn't care. They had at TwitchCon, they had a tabletop section. Our friends from Atomic Mass Games attended, and Twitch didn't really know what to do with tabletop at TwitchCon, but at least they're trying. It'll be interesting to see how that evolves, or if it does in the future. Miniatures is for small people talking to the camera. Well, Monumental Workshop 75. Oh my god. Straight to the bad place with you. For that one. You're fired. Chat, we're hiring. I can't do that today. I can't be like, hey, chat, we're hiring, because the only one to fire is myself. And that doesn't look good. Like, wait a minute. If I can't even live up to my own expectations, what's left? Thank you for that follow. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I need more bright yellow ochre. That's the color we're using right now. Bright yellow ochre. Chat, we've got a new taste tester hiring. That's what we should put like on the Indeed ads. Paint taste tester. Because the people we would get for the interviews would be one of two kinds. People that get the joke and are meant to be here, or people who would be absolutely hilarious to sit in a room with for about 5 minutes. Miniatures is a new Steam game? What? How stupid are they? Here's the miniatures section, and here's a game called Miniatures, just to confuse everybody. Come on, Twitch. I'm very focused, chat. Sorry. The come down after intense meetings for the entire day is real. So I apologize if I get very focused here as my brain kind of retunes to paint the minis, talk the talk. Hang in there. It's looking pretty good though. Coming along. Nature sounds playing in the background. Stick getting ultramarine PTSD every time you look at the screen. What do you mean? From this bear? What are you talking about? You're waiting for the magical moment where the bear is kind of whitish, like the sanguineous wings. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. The blue, the idea when I do blue in place of like a white, right? You know, like a white fur or whatever. We will brighten it up, but the idea here is that the blue only continues to look so blue because of all the overspray on all these parts. Once I get color on everything else, that blue will start to be a lot brighter, right? And feel a little bit different. We will still have to lighten it up, head and shoulder area, with some transparent white or similar to get it the way we want. But yeah, I'm stoked. It's starting to look pretty good. Of course, we got to be careful. We got to glaze the whatever bright color on because we have all this hair texture that we've freehanded on him. And we don't want to lose that because that gives it a lot more depth than the smooth plastic bear that I never understood. It always makes me, when I see things like that, it's like you put fur, because they have fur sculpted on his head, but then it stops at the necklace, and then there's no fur anywhere else. It's all just smooth plastic. So it's like, do you paint the fur and then have him be like skin colored? That seems odd. That seems odd. A quartz tactical rock? I mean, we can do whatever. I haven't thought that far, right? You know me. My lack of planning is evident here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on here. I'm still looking at like all the shoulder plate stuff and trying to figure out like what color I'm supposed to do. I might be wanting to go back and do some of the shoulder plate stuff in gold too, like the trim, but it's on top of other colors, so I'm not going to do that right out of the gates. I need to paint the rest of the stuff because it's got the same kind of like hardened leather on the inside that's on the skirt. Okay, now I need bright pale yellow. He has plaid skin for sure. I mean, he's got mange. Yes. Yes. Somebody emptied my trash can. We have a new cleaning service here at the office. My trash can got emptied, but never got a bag put back in it. So I'm like, I mean, I don't care. But it's just kind of odd because I look down at my trash can and there's no bag, so I can't really aim for it. It's just a big black void. All right, let's. Now we're looking to do that ultimate kind of bright shiny spot, so I'm just going to start with pinpricks of light on here, and then we'll broaden them out as we go as needed, but I'm going to start with just little brush touches, little doots, bring a little shine in. I can pop the zoom in a little bit maybe. I don't know, did my camera ever get brought up to snuff here? And then we can do like this one, maybe? Yeah, that one works. If you go too broad with these strokes, then all of a sudden you lose all of that mid-tone. And it starts to just look like, you know, a white thing. So we're literally just looking to poke some light onto it, and then we'll adjust as we go if we want more contrast. Like I might want to brighten up this area right in here a little bit. A little bit goes a long way to get you started, and then kind of adjust, make it fit the brightness and sheen you're trying to go with. This is the part that throws everybody off when doing non-metallic metal, especially on small details, because it becomes, especially on small details with a lot of detail to them, right? Like these coins don't have any detail. It's just a big flat disc. So this one's more straightforward. It can still give you headaches. Then you have something like this thing, right? And you have to find all these different little shapes in it. That can be super annoying. Look at all these nerds, Chuck. They follow you around, man. Follow you around. You gotta have a mega urge to boop the snoot. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. These final little boops of color. Doots. Mountain Doot. It's not a spear. It's like a weird sword that doesn't have like a pommel handguard. I don't know what you'd call this. Like a two-handed haft with like a big ass spearhead on it. It's very strange. Jimbo, this was the first one you painted out of this set? This was like the special guy, right? Like if you did the Kickstarter pre-order, they didn't Kickstarter, but I think if you did the pre-order, you got this guy. It's a cool model. Woad war paint and plaid tattoos. No. Human body with a bear head. I could have done it that way, but he had the claws on his feet, which was weird too. So I just went ahead and painted it all fur. I'll do the work for the sculptor. It's no big deal. I'll do it. It's fine. I'll do his job. This really is where you got to get comfortable not putting a lot of paint on the model. It's kind of a brain tease when doing reflective surfaces like metal or shiny plastic or water or whatever. When you get to this high contrast, that high contrast has to be very fine, not big, broad swaths like we would do with our normal blending. And like I said, that's the part that throws everybody off. It isn't until this level where your surface starts really looking shiny. and like the material you're trying to emulate. In this case, metal. Gold. So just little dots of color. Doots. I'm not lying when I say doot the color on there. If you start trying to paint lines right now, you'll get too much color. And this color will wash out everything really, really fast since it's so bright. It's basically the white of the model right now is this yellow. But you get a tremendous amount of depth and shine and feel off of it without having to put a lot of it on the model. And I basically just look at each shape and where is the part of this shape that the light would hit, and doot yourself a little color on there. Keep all those other nice yellows visible so we don't lose the coloring. Like stuff like this little bitty rivet looking thing, that's really tough, right? You just kind of get in there and do it. We think in terms of edge highlighting, which is kind of what we're doing, right? But we're just poking color along the edge as opposed to really doing a brush stroke that creates a line along the edge, because some of these edges are tiny. But you can see the effect immediately. So if you can train your brain to do your brightest color very sparingly, even if it might be not to your liking at first, it doesn't tell the whole story or doesn't cover what you want, just go in and do it very light, like what you see me doing here, and you will at least start getting the feel of shine, and then you can broaden it out as you need it. Make it bigger, focus it more, do whatever you need to do. But it'll feel like shine, right? No palette restrictions, Iterator. Nope. Just undeath. You got to really make me feel like the undead are there. I'm afraid for my brains. A little bit of secondary reflection on the dark side here always helps to really drive home the idea of metal. Do the same over here. Right in there. And even just a tad right here under the arm, even though that's mostly in shadow, we'll give it a little bit of shine there at the top edge. Servo Skull silicone palette? No. Nope. I don't keep up with them very much. Why, thank you, thank you. More flat surfaces, I'll have to do a little bit of work to take the shine further across the top. Blend it a little bit more on the flat side. Can't just do a dot. I got to stretch it a little bit. Even on something that tiny. Finding myself wanting a little bit more brightness on this edge. Remember, we haven't even used white. So you're seeing the brightness that we're getting out of this, the shine that we're getting, but we haven't even moved to an actual white. White is a great tool for doing reflections, but it should be the last tool you think about using, not something you step up very early with. Whether you're doing silver or gold is irrelevant. You don't want to be using white as your reflection early on, unless it's like you're setting up your zenithal and your, the way you want it to look. You can use white to kind of sketch it on there, but you're typically going to then go back and cover that up a little bit. That's fine. This gives us a bright shine, but nowhere close to what white would do right now. This is a great way to get all of your colors set, allow you the comfort of painting the rest of the model so that you're not fighting that white. That white is so bright that it'll drive you to make mistakes with the other colors. You'll highlight them too much. It'll start looking like a disco ball. So this bright pale yellow is about as bright as I would want to get. Until we finish all the other stuff. Yep, you can't highlight white and you can't shade black. So using them sparingly is the way to do that. They're great colors. Do a lot of work on your model. You just got to be smart with them. A little bit of reflection even on the other side. I'm not worried too much about dynamic lighting on this guy. I'm just kind of painting for fun. This is more of a palette cleanser model for me. When you run your paint and takes, you intentionally leave white and black at home. Too many new painters want to jump right into those shades and then the minis look flat or too overly contrasted, right? Yeah. Feared for brains, vampire went for the neck. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's Undeath too. You got to hide both. Juggler and brain. Just wear like a big metal like dive helmet, and the undead don't really. Well, I guess like zombies will just eat everything though too, right? So there's not really a good way around the undead. Lock the doors. Spray your neighbor's house with brain scent. Yes, if you go too crazy with your dudes, it's a grisly mistake. The polar opposite of what you're wanting. Damn you. What about mummies? I don't think mummies are trying to eat you. They're trying to like probably steal your soul, right? They want back into the land of the living. So they're like sucking your essence somehow. Not 100% sure how the terrifying part of mummies comes around. think it was always that the waking up of the mummy provided you with the curse, and now your life was basically over due to your greed. You wanted the gold from the tomb, and instead you got in a bad car wreck. I feel like that's how mummies become scary, is all the curse. Why do all of my hamburgers taste like chicken? Ah, you shouldn't have gone in that tomb, dude. Ah, rats. The mummy's curse. I robbed Tutankhamun and now I can't taste beef. Alright, I think that's about it for the gold for now. You want someone covered in dust hugging you? I mean, technically they're locked away in a dust-free chamber. So maybe musty smelling, but maybe not lots of dust. I don't know. I'm not an expert. All my beef tastes like chicken, but... This bottle is a palate cleanser, and then you look at my palate. What's wrong with my palate? Right? What's wrong with... Oh, I'm zoomed in. I'm like, why can't you see my work? What's wrong with my palate? It's super clean. Aquatine Mummy's Curse. Is that Aquatine Hunger Force? Is that the fries and the meatball and all the burger and all those guys? You like your zombies unwrapped and ready to ooze. Blech. Blech. I don't think if you unwrap a mummy, it oozes. I think it's all dried up. I think it's dust on the inside, right? The clean palette is weird to see, right? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I have a zoom that works here. No, I don't. So, got to go back to no palette. Too many, too small. All right, what's next? Got to figure out what wants to happen with all of his stuff. What is this guy's name? I feel like I want to do like a reddish leather and all of that. Yeah, possibly. Like a burgundy? Question mark? I don't know. Oh, he's got his nipples pierced. Who knew? Who knew? Crazy, dude. Afraid of mummies? Think of them as a really old burrito. Crusty outer and dusty inner. Ugh. 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 Who wants an old burrito? Like, that's horrible. This guy's name is Gregory? What? Doppelganger, 100% clean palette, not Jason. Clean palette, not Jason. All right, I'm gonna... What are we gonna do? Are we gonna... I don't even know what this guy's name is to look him up. To try to find a reference. This is War Crow Bear. That's what it is, right? Come on, Google, show me the magic. War Crow Bear. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Hello. You know, they really screwed Google Images up somewhere along the line when they stopped giving you the large preview. Anybody agree with me? Oh, there is a lot of gold. They did all of his trim and stuff in gold too, didn't they? They also made him this silly white. So everybody knows polar bears aren't white. They're like pea in the snow yellow. And then they made all of the stuff in the middle also metal. right? As if all that is armor. That seems odd. Are all of those things little like metal plates or something? I guess. I don't like that at all. How blah. This guy's name is Allwart Ice Bear. Kind of mean. I don't see any warts at all. But what? Doesn't really help me at all. I do like the gold on the shoulder plates though, so I might have to do that. Although I was thinking steel, right? That the gold would just be the jewelry and everything else would be steel. So I think I'll go with that. I don't think I like the gold shoulder plates a little overbearing, so. Get it? Do you see what I did there? A little overbearing. But if that bear eats too much, he gets a Corvus belly. That's horrible, dude. Horrible. Horrible. Chat, I wouldn't put up with this kind of lame joking if I were you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, chat. I would not put up with this. You paid good money to be here. Demand better. Demand better, chat. Right, these are like metal. Shoulder plates, metal on the outside, but I like the idea of it being more like a lacquered leather for like these scale things, you know? I feel like. But what do I know? And then we could do, what would we do the trim in though? Now it's got me thinking. Maybe that is the way to do it, is metal and then fabric trim. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do that. All right, here we go. We're going crazy. 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 I think I'm going to lean into the greenishness that we've created with the jades and such, and we'll go with Dark Sea Ben as the base. Sorry. Dark Sea Ben as the base for our steel. What do we think? We did that recently, right? Didn't we do that recently? Oh yeah, I think so. On the fawn pan fawn sire guy, right? We used Dark Sea Ben as kind of the basis for getting the blade, right? I think that works. I think that'd be a good way to start off. Because he's already so blue, I would normally lean into like Payne's Gray or Blue Black or something like that, but I think we'll stay in kind of a green range for our silver. Or as Panic Bomb says, plaid. I am definitely going to paint every single one of these little metal armor scales plaid. So hold on to your butts. It's about to get real. And as a matter of fact, I will do it with Bright Pale Yellow. I will use Bright Pale Yellow and Dark Sea Ben to do the entirety of the metal right now. And then we'll probably finish off with white blue. Yeah, that'll be good. That's the right choice. Hat should have been plaid. Should have sent a plaid hat. Hats also should not be plaid unless you're like a really like gaudy golfer or something, right? Like who wants a plaid hat? Well, you know, if you're out on the links, plaid is the only acceptable color. I'll do all the armor of this color, and then I'll do the buckles with a blue. How about that? We'll just make, or maybe the buckles just with a gray, or something. We'll make it exceedingly difficult on ourselves. We're gluttons for punishment around here, chat. Gluttons for punishment. Mr. Jason, why is Pro Acryl so smooth? First you get the plaid hat, then you go find out what the links are. Gotta go hit the links. Isn't that a golf term? I'm acting like I know more than I really do, but I think that's a golf term. Somebody in chat who would wear a plaid hat will have to tell us why they're called the links, but Plaid Hat is your punk rock cover band? Like, are you serious? But are you lying to me? I thought we were friends. Why would you lie to me like that? And who'd have thunk there would ever be the need for a punk rock cover band, by the way? We used to do some Iggy Pop covers back in the day, just for fun. Like if we got encored and had to come out when we were newish, we didn't have a lot of like backup songs. You know, you go to like the Foo Fighters and they keep your favorite song for the encore. Well, we didn't have that, obviously. But when you're touring and you get a bunch of kids that want you back out on stage, you got to go. And so we always had a list of like covers that we could do. Iggy Pop. Some obscure things like that we had fun with, but sometimes we just play the same song over and over. Hey, here's one you like. Let's play it again. I was just as honest then as I am now. I would be like, hey guys, we don't have any more songs. Pick one off the playlist you want to hear again. "18 Sausages." They used to release a live lynx out to hunt you if you went 3 shots over par. I feel like golf was better back then. Just going to say it out loud. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I feel like they should bring back the lynx. Which, by the way, is not a small cat. I don't know why, but as a child or as a young adult or as whatever it was before I actually saw a lynx or whatever the heck they're called, holy heck, they can get very large. And can be very mean. Big cats are not to play with, it turns out. They don't care. Everything's food to them. So Jason needs a plaid hat with a fuzzy ball on top. No, Jason doesn't need this unless you're speaking about another Jason, at which point in time, yes, he does. If you were that other Jason, congrats. You're about to get a plaid hat with a fuzzy ball on top. I do not need like some rando freaking collection of bad hats. That's not on my bucket list, folks. Thank you for that follow. Bobcats, yeah. Not quite cougar, but still big, dude. For some reason, I thought they were small. I don't know why. Maybe because their proportions, like they have really big feet and they look like, you know, puppy dog. Very youthful, maybe. And then you see one at like the zoo or something and you're like, what the crap is that? We have them here, I think. I definitely know we had them in Colorado. We had a mountain lion, cougar, in Colorado around my land. I only saw it when my land was being developed. I was building a metal building for my metal shop on my land, and it was around the New Year's time, late December. Was going to a Christmas/New Year's party for the neighbors up in that area. And this is up Wellington, almost to Wyoming. And they delivered the portalet onto my land for the construction crews that were going to be coming on. The excavator had it graded and all that stuff, and they were ready to start doing the foundation. So they brought up a toilet and all that stuff. Everybody poops. I drove up there, and I was just anxious to see what they had done. And so they had started pouring the foundation and had a couple of the beams up for the structure of the building. And I got there, and the door for the portalet was swinging wide open, right? And I was like, well, what's that about? And it turns out that there was a cougar getting out of the cold and the wind by hanging out in the portalet, in the porta potty. I turned up in the, is it called the Taptum lucidum, the thing that makes eyes glow on animals? I pulled in, and my headlights hit the door was flapping for the portalet, and there was 2 eyes in there. And I was like, those are spread pretty far apart. Whatever that is big. And out comes slinking this mountain lion. Just like I said, it slink like liquid flowing out of the toilet and very slowly walked around and disappeared off into the night. And I was like, I'm not getting out of my truck. I'm not getting out of my truck. As much as I wanted to look at my land, I'm not getting out of my truck. Big cats are scary. Yeah, murder kitten. Exactly. Buzzards are big, dude. Some of them, yeah. They can be huge, like eagles. They're buzzards with like 6-foot wingspans. They're not small birds. The, what are they called? They don't look like the bald buzzard from the cartoons. They're like more brown. They can be huge. Huge. Carrion birds. Carrion feeders. Murder kitty. Going to have to go back to Oz to see a flying fox in person. Like from the TikTok videos where people have them as pets, kind of flying fox. What are we talking about? turkey vultures. Yeah, turkey vultures are huge, dude. And kind of weirdly ugly and majestic at the same time because they look like hobos, right? They look like train hobos when they're on the ground, kind of waddling around. Their feathers are all look unkempt and all that. And yet they when they go and spread their wings all wide around a kill, and you're like, what the? Like, they're showing off like peacocks. There we go. That's starting to get it. On these are a nightmare, right? Because you got all these little bitty armor panels. So I'm really just going to kind of start by finding the edge and then bring the edge onto the top surface just a hair towards the top. But they have this little piece at the top where it's like the leather stitch that holds them to whatever the substrate for this is. Something like that. And then we'll just kind of find our way around it. Yeah, it's like a small child walking around there. Well, not even a small child. It's a fairly large. We're still talking about turkey vultures? Yeah, they're huge. Huge. I mean, have you ever seen a real bald eagle? They are like, they are raptors, right? There are big hawks that are the same way. They are not small birds. Like, when you find them, they are huge birds. Like, humblingly huge in many cases. I wouldn't say I've seen any that are like quite ostrich size, but it's in that league. Emu, ostrich, for those vultures, some of them. Like I said, they're not that big. I'm being overly dramatic, but it feels like they're just sub from that. Obviously, they're not tall and gangly like those. They're actual flight bird shaped, but big birds. Nick, yeah, bald eagles are amazing. Even golden eagles are amazing. All birds, I think all birds have the ability to be really crazy, majestic, and amazing. I'm a big fan of them. Jen hates birds, so we don't discuss birds very often. She really has a phobia of birds. One too many stray poops in the hair, maybe? I don't know. Never gotten to the bottom of it. I think she doesn't enjoy the erratic behavior of birds. They're just very random as they traipse around. Harpy eagles? Magpies. Yeah, we were I was telling the guys around here, I don't know why it came up. Birds came up this morning around here. Oh, because somebody said they had a bumper sticker for me that is like birds aren't real, and it shows the robotic bird with like the spy camera in it and all that. One of our guys in production said he had that sticker for me, and I laughed. And I said we should put it on Jen's car because Jen's got her bird phobia. But when we were early on dating, Jen and I, good God, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, we went down to Tucson, Arizona, and to the Kartchner Caverns, which are big bat caves down there that are really amazing. But, it's like there's no bats in them when you go, obviously. And so it was safe for Jen, so she thought. But we went out to dinner either in Tucson, I think it was in Tucson, right, the night before. We had a hotel in Tucson, and then we went down to Kartchner the next day, and we went out to dinner. And in the parking lot after dinner, we were standing around talking, and there were birds flying around the lights in the parking lot. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, birds." And she said, "I don't like birds." And I'm like, "Those aren't birds, those are bats." And she freaked and got in the car. They were bats. Just bats. So while she may not like birds, I feel like maybe bats are worse for her. Oh, Corinne, did you? That's so good. It was Kenny. Dastardly, Okran. Dastardly. At this stage, I'm not worried about blending. I'll pull the brighter color towards the top or the light-facing side of things as much as I can, but I'm not worried about blending color. It's just to set up some initial value on here. These plates are tiny, so worrying about detail unless you're really trying to submit this model for, winning a painting competition at the highest level. Just being able to go in and rough out where the bright spots will be with this color is enough. Harpy eagles hunt monkey and tons of stuff. Golden eagles are the ones that pull goats off of mountain faces. Yeah, we had golden eagle nest and a bald eagle nest, all within. I think because of the way they hunt, they respected each other's territory. One was at a lake in northern Colorado that was probably about 2 or 3 miles to the southeast of my land. And the golden eagles were in the hills at the foothills of the Rockies. I was in a place called Wellington, but I was 8 miles south of Wyoming in the foothills. And there was gold eagles that I never saw where they nested because they were up in the hills. The bald eagles nested in a big ass tree on the lake. And it was crazy because it looked like a small condo, in a tree. And those things would come hunt. The gold eagles were the one that came and took my neighbor's dog. That the gold eagle was hunting and came and took a dog the dog was small. We didn't like the neighbor, but no harm for the dog or no hatred for the dog, and the poor dog got taken. They got another dog, and that dog got taken too. I didn't see that one, but I saw the first dog get taken. I looked up and I saw this bird, and then and it dove down and grabbed the dog, took the dog up and dropped it, and then came back and got it and dropped it again, and then flew off with the dog. Crazy. Is there a Jen? I love you, baby. Have a wonderful trip, everybody. Wish Jen a safe trip. Hi, Jen. Bye, Jen. Yeah, that raptor came down and took that dog and fed the other one with the dog, probably. If you're over in Europe and you're going to Spiel in Essen, Jen and Jordan will both be there. They would love to see you drop by. Jordan will be at the Element Games booth for most of the time, and then at PK Pro on Sunday. Jen will be wandering around at both those booths and in between, checking out the show, having meetings. Catch them if you can. Time to get a Mastiff. Yeah, I don't know. They probably wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like if they take goats off of mountainsides, how big is big enough, right? Or how big is too big for a bird that has talons that are like daggers, right? I don't know. Merlin models, what's going on? Everybody say safe trip, Lord Commander. Tibetan Mastiff. I had an Old English Mastiff. There would not have been a bird that was willing to take the Old English Mastiff up in the air. She was like 140 pounds or something like that, right? She was huge. Huge Mastiff. But no, this was like a yip dog. You know, one of those little fluffy, floofy white dogs. Not quite a purse dog, just a little bit bigger than that. Some sort of poodle hybrid mix thing. Still, wasn't the dog's fault. I was like, you can't, and it's hard to be mad at the neighbor. I mean, it's like, what are you, stupid? But the neighbor wasn't looking out for birds. What was stupid is that they got another dog and that dog got taken too. It's like, duh. They know where to hunt now. Maybe don't do that. Maybe keep your dog in the city and get a big dog in the country. Yours was 150 pounds. Yeah, they're big dogs, man. And I got to tell you, our Mastiff was not friendly with the tail. I mean, she was. She was just always happy and swinging the tail around, but she would clear the coffee table with the tail, right? Cause welts and bleeding if she hit you in the right spot with the tail. Brutal. And then she went off to the kennel one time when I was traveling, and I felt so bad because when I got back, she had torn the end of her tail because they didn't have a kennel. They normally have a kennel that was big enough for her, which is the whole reason I used them. And for some reason, they didn't give her that kennel when, even though they assured me that they did, and she sat there and knocked her tail against the chain cage of a kennel that was too small for her, and tore the tip of her tail in it, and we nearly had to have her tail docked because once the dog that big gets a problem spot like that on their tail, it almost never heals. We got lucky and it did, but holy mackerel, we were scared we were going to have to lose the tail for a while. But she would literally she was so happy, but she would just beat the crap out of stuff with that tail because Old English Mastiffs have a full non-docked tail, so that tail is just a weapon. It's like a baseball bat swinging around in the house all the time. There we go. Now it's starting to look like some shiny stuff. Again, this is just the bright pale yellow and the dark Shiben. So nothing too crazy. 2 colors. Just keep mixing the bright pale yellow into the dark Shiben. As you can see on my finger, I just keep going up in value, adding a little bit at a time. two 200+ pound English Mastiffs, the tail is just at the right height to cause you. Oh, yes, definitely. Holy cow, because they are. Like, their back is literally at hip height, so swinging that tail it'll crack you right between the legs. But my problem was that she would get me on the thigh all the time, on the outside of the thigh. And, like, if you're wearing shorts, it's like worse than, like, wet towel snap, right? That's brutal. Great Danes, also happy dogs. Big dogs that act like little dogs. Old English Mastiff is probably, before Cora, my favorite dog. It was just the size was hard to manage, not gonna lie. And definitely big enough to scare everybody to the other side of the road when walking. Great Danes are very similar, though. They're just scrawny, right? They're Mastiff breeds with, like, a Greyhound or something like that, right? They're a crossbreed. Need some more dark seabed. Cassowary claws. They don't need to fly. They probably can rip open a polar bear. This is their world. They just allow us to live in it. Are they the ones that, like, nearly double back on each other? That are, like, hooked? They look like beaks on their feet. Nicked the tip of his tail while the owners were at work. They came home to what looked like a murder scene. Yeah, because just wagging the tail. Blood. Everywhere. We have all sorts of birds of prey around here. Orc Pride, the peregrine falcons are some of the coolest to watch. Took 3 days to remember the Roddy breed. What are you talking about? Rottweilers? I had a Rottweiler. In my time as an adult male, I've had, as a single adult male, I had a boxer that I rescued in Austin, Texas, and took to Dallas with me. Big mistake. Didn't know enough of the right questions to ask when getting from a rescue. And the dog was great until alone with me, because its previous owner had been abusive and had a deep voice and was loud. And so I'm loud. I don't have the deepest voice, but I'm loud and deep enough voice that my dog regressed into the being yelled at thing whenever I would be like, hey, come here. My dog's name was Bolin, like the knot you tie on ships. I was like, Bolin, come here. But he would flip over and be submissive and pee. So he'd flip over on his back and start peeing in the apartment. I'm like, oh my God, quit it, it's fine. And try to show the dog so much love and all that, but it was so hard because the dog was just so scared of everything and skittish, and I didn't know it going in. So I've learned how to ask better questions and pay attention to dog mannerisms and such. Felt so bad. Right, but he wound up having a great life, went off to a friend of mine's place that had a farm, and on the farm he could be running around outside and be crazy like boxers are anyway. They're nuts. So I didn't feel super bad on that one, but not great. And then I had a Rottweiler. And my Rottweiler was named Furious George. Furious George. And Furious George was a handful, but boy, was he a great boy. And this was also before I started only really liking to buy female dogs, when I was still buying male dogs, both the Boxer and Furious George. And they just get too cantankerous and eat too much stuff. So stop doing that. Rotties are big babies. They're great. I remember the one takeaway that I have that will forever be ingrained in my headspace is he used to, this is my Rottweiler, he would run from the kitchen in my house in Connecticut. He would run from the kitchen underneath the coffee table in the living room. And the coffee table was just this, silly glass and black metal coffee table it's like a starter coffee table for college kids, right? And he ran underneath the coffee table and jumped in my lap on the couch. Great. Until one day it wasn't. One day he had hit his growth spurt was happening. I knew it. Everybody's visualizing. He's getting big. He was a puppy with big paws and cute and running on the table, running on the table, running on the table until one day it was literally like one day it was great and the next day it wasn't. He hit that table square on his forehead. He had gotten so big like overnight, like one bowl of dog chow put this dog over the mark of fitting under the table, and he came barreling out from the kitchen and after he ate his dinner and would always jump into my lap and went right under the, or tried to go right under the same table and shattered that glass, right? That was just furniture glass, so it didn't turn into sharp shards. I mean, it's still sharp, but it didn't hurt anybody. It didn't cut him or anything. But oh my God, I can remember that dog's expression. Like, what happened, Dad? We do this all the time. What did I do wrong? It was like the biggest state of confusion for a dog. It was funny and sad and loving and heartfelt all at the same time. It was great. I will remember that forever. That poor dog feeling like, what went wrong? I just want our fun time. He wound up getting put to sleep because of a rattlesnake bite out in New Mexico. Always felt bad about that too. Here's George, lives with a man in a black hat. Yellow hat. Well, I only wear black hats. Curious George. He could have been a show dog, except his sire, what do you call it? Father, was a show-winning Rot out of Texas. Black Forest Hills Tecate was his dad, and I think that's Black Forest Hills Tecate. I feel like it's Black Forest Hills Tecate. Weird dog, super dog, show dog name. And oh my God, was just a beautiful, stately dog, just well-mannered and trained to the hilt, and just an awesome dog. And I was like, I will take a dog from this litter. And I got furious, and we had to sign a contract. We wouldn't breed, right? So we had to get him neutered and not breed because we couldn't afford breeding rights on a champion dog line like that. But he had a skin condition that Rotties are known for. That's more often than not they get it, and it's almost like a permanent staph infection. You have to constantly treat it. So he never was a show dog. I wouldn't have done that anyway. It was not my personality to do so, but he had that bloodline that was amazing. He was just a great dog. But he was so funny because every time something would go wrong, he would literally look at you like, Dad, what's the matter? I sent him upstate to the farm, Avian. Yes, I did. I had a buddy that was, paying attention to all the hassles I was having with my boxer. And he was like, I will. He had I'm not going to remember the types of dog. He had a bull terrier, a pit bull terrier, right? That was a big, masculine, bull, like you see in rat videos, who was just a big lover. And he had oh my gosh, Akita? Is this a thing? Big hairy dog that's like really aggressive. Like they're big and they look like they'd be fun, but they're nightmares. Is this a thing, Akita? Yeah. This buddy of mine I worked with him, and he came to work one day, and his arm was in a sling and all bandaged up because he had tried to split his dogs apart while they were fighting because he was afraid that they were going to kill each other. I don't remember what it was all about, but that the Akitas don't look like huge fighters or anything, but I guess they come from a breed that are like battle dogs. Like, they're no joke. Like, they're killers. It was crazy. Dog was always fine when you're around. I never could have imagined it, but things are super aggressive. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Akita. Big white dog. But Garden Barrow, okay, that makes sense then, right? But the Akita passed. He was old. He passed. He got more violent the more old and grumpy he got, and then he passed. And then it was the Pit Bull was sad, and then they took Bolin, my boxer, on, and they lived to be bestest buds out on the farm running around. This is back in the day before people could send you videos all the time, but I would think that he would send me videos all the time had it been that time of the world. You out of here?
Yep.
All right, man. Oh, it's 4 o'clock for crying out loud.
Yup.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Hey, I'm expecting somebody. Can you, on your way out the front, see if there's a guy named Ryan here?
We're on it.
Okay.
We're already working on what the plan is.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you. Your lab is pampered. Oh my God, don't even talk to us, Cora. Princess that she is. Holy cow. The bloodline's great until you breed it too long. Yeah, I guess so, right? Because it's sort of like that whole inbred thing, right? You either that or you're in like a world where you continue to pure breed from 2 different bloodlines and don't cross them. That's really hard. Did Jordan leave you, Crypt Shadow? He is on his way. Well, he's actually in Germany for Spiel. So no, he didn't. I mean, he left, but not permanent leave. He will be back. But yeah, and Jen is flying there. Jen just poked her head in, and that's why she's not here as well. They will be in Spiel in Essen, the biggest board game nerd convention on the planet, actually. It's bigger than Gen Con, bigger than Comic Con. It's huge. 130,000+ people, I think they expect this year. So huge deal. They'll be there. Jordan will be painting in our distributors' booths, and Jen will be, she's conducting some meetings, some business meetings. She'll be walking the floor, learning what Monument can do better over in Europe. Do you not want currywurst? Currywurst! I'm not a huge curry fan, but Wurst? No, we're talking. That was Gabe, yes. Oh no, somebody was asking, is that Jabe?
No.
And it is Jabe.
He's not here yet, but Jen said that if he tries to get in the door and it's locked, he's...
Okay, cool.
Your phone.
Oh, did she talk to Ryan? How does she know this?
She messaged me and Philip.
Well, this must be the realtor guy.
Yeah.
She's talking about the realtor guy. I have another guy coming.
Oh.
So, okay.
Great. 2 different people.
Yeah, 2 different people. I got to be here late tonight because I got other work to do after work. So, yeah, but they'll be back. They'll be back next week. I expect that Jordan and Jen will both be out Monday and probably back on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So you're stuck with me. Ha, 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 ha. You get me, solo. Maybe we'll be able to Friday pull Chris and Gabe and some of the other team in here and have some fun. But we have a lot of work going on because the spray paint's released for pre-order to retail stores this week. So we've got our new spray cans. If you're in the United States, this is a big announcement. If you're not in the United States, tough luck. Hazmat doesn't ship by air. So we're working on that right now with partners in the UK to get a system together so that we can get them over to the EU and the UK. So we've got our new rattle can primers, big game changers there. So as you can imagine, we got a lot of work going on around here to get all that done. Excited for that launch. I think you guys and gals are going to love it. So yeah, so that's us. And I'm painting a bear. Grr. So I will continue to paint Mr. Blue Bear and turn him more and more white. I do like the color of the steel. It won't actually be steel, right, in its look. It'll be a little bit more green, which matches better with the gold. And then I think we will maybe go and do this part of the shoulder plates in gold as well. I was saying I wouldn't do that, but I don't know that I want to do the steel that I'm creating on that whole thing. And I don't know that I want to add in another big splash of metal. It starts looking kind of weird and gaudy if you do too much, so we'll see how that goes. Bow, 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 bow. We will have the only spray option, unless you're going for pure value and doing like terrain and you want to go buy like $7 stuff at Home Depot. Our sprays will be $18.50 MSRP. You'll be able to get the 10% discount for buying 4 or more on the site. Black, gray, white, and clear. Our clear varnish, if you varnish your models, our clear matte varnish will absolutely become your favorite thing that you've ever touched on in your entire life. It's insane. Like, we were showing it off yesterday. This is the difference between the base model and the printed resin, and it's cured. There's no tack to it. That's a fully cured model, right? And then just hitting it with a matte varnish. Same resin. Matte varnish, no color. There's no pigment in this guy. It's just matte varnish over the resin. Look how it knocks the shine off just instantaneously with one coat. So yeah, the matte varnish is going to blow people away. I'm super excited for people to have an option since, Tester's dull coat has been limited or out of production for a long time now, since Rust-Oleum bought Testers. Might break some laws to get that. We're working right now to figure out what the hazmat import stuff is for other territories. A lot of our distributors already have that knowledge base, so we're hoping that Australia, New Zealand probably won't get it, unfortunately. They air everything from Australia to New Zealand. I don't think they do that by boat, and so that might just be mainland Australia availability, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll have an airbrush version, Sectrix. We already have a gloss. Our matte has just been waiting on some of the chemical components to get it done. Our supplier was not prepared for the amount of chemical components we added, or that we ordered to get the airbrush matte varnish in. We had to go back to the drawing board on it a little bit, work with a matting agent to get it to work the way we wanted to. We found that it satined out a little bit in humidity. So we have a whole batch of it here that we can't sell. I think we finally disposed of it. But that was a bummer. That's the only time that's ever happened to us, where we had like a full production run and then we had to pull it before sale. So we didn't send any out, but we caught it and fixed it. And so, but that'll be available before the end of the year, our hope is. And we got all sorts of neat stuff. Our brush primers will be out. We've got a lot of big news. We've got the heavy bodied acrylics that'll be out hopefully before the end of the year, and then the spray primer. So a lot of really fun stuff. And then headed into next year, your minds are going to be blown with everything we got going on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We're going to turn the U.S. market upside down. People are not ready. Chicago does not allow us to buy rattle cans in city limits. Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Even... What's that? Okay, cool. I tell them I'll be right out. So I got to go. I got my meetings that I got to go to. But not even behind locked cages in Home Depot in Chicago. That's just stupid governance. You need to complain to your people. Although it won't do any good because they're all nuts. But yeah, Illinois has some amazingly crazy people in office. But I think Prisoner says you can buy rattle cans in Chicago. I think they just have to keep them behind locked cages. I have bought spray cans in a Home Depot or a Lowe's. I don't remember which one it was, in the Chicagoland area for Adepticon. Now that was years ago. But I know that they have to keep it all locked up and things like that. You can't just grab it off the shelf like you can here. You can literally walk into Home Depot here and just be like, I want some spray paint. So we're in the Wild West. Thank you guys and gals so much for hanging out with me. I will be here flying pretty much solo for the rest of the week. We do stream 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in Arizona every day. Sorry it was late today, but Chris and Gabe picked it up like champs, so I hope you had some fun with them. And we would love to see you click some of these links that I have to type in chat because I'm alone. This one is the store, not the SOAR, the store. That one you can check out all of our Monument products. All the new and continuing Pro Acryl and Pro Series brushes and all the good stuff there. We'd love to have you make us your hobby supplier. It's always great. The FLGS link that I'm throwing up will allow you to find a local store, hopefully in your area, where you can purchase Monument products. Please do. Support your local gaming stores. They do all the hard work. They literally make a great environment for you to go and play with friends and have a good air-conditioned spot to hang out and do nerd stuff. They do all the heavy lifting. We just supply good stuff. So do that. And then also, last but not least, our Discord. If you're not part of it, you should. It's a great community of people. I know there's a lot of people out there with Discords, but you can join thousands of amazing artists just like you and share ideas, get inspired on your next project, ask about color schemes, ask about products, all sorts of stuff. We're there 24/7, so we'd love to see you over there. Stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid. So show some love in the chat. You get into it. And if you haven't, do that here as well. Hit that follow button. We'd love to see you back. So we'll see you back, same back time, same back channel tomorrow, 2 p.m. Adios, gang. I'm out.